It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book. Well, howdy! It's Ink the Book Show with me. Me! Ever heard of me? We're doing page 65 today, where we're inking Bonehead being attacked by a trap worm. Look at it. Okay. So, man, I was looking through the book today. I was looking through the pages to come, like through page, like 110 or 15 or something like that. I was just flipping through the pencils and, man, I think this is going to work. I always start to doubt whether the story is going to be good when it's done. And then I look through the book and I'm like, yeah. Gotta make it. So I'm excited. Anytime I start to doubt the project, I look back through it. It's just really exciting. Okay. Problem is, I gotta draw it. I gotta make it happen. I mean, it's all drawn, but I gotta execute the ink. So I invited some friends. Hopefully. I mean, if they come in. If they don't, they must have their own thing going on, right? Here's the trap worm. What do you call it? I paneled a bunch of pages today. Up till now. The plan is still to ink 3 pages today. But I got a late start. So who knows? As long as I get more than one done today, it'll put me back 1 page ahead. Now I need to be like 7 pages ahead. As long as I do 2 pages today, I'll be 1 ahead. And that's good. But 2 pages ahead would be even better. Because my goal, as I've been saying, right now, my current goal is I want to hit page 80 by the end of the month. It's a little arbitrary. It's see, the original plan was that would put me on for 30 pages this month. Landing on page 80 would have been 30 pages from whatever I was at the beginning. I guess 50. I must have been on 50. And at the top of the month. So, but then I realized I had written and drawn an extra 4-page scene into that span of pages somewhere. Like, I think it's coming up. I think it's like 78 is split into 5 pages. So there's an extra 4 pages in there. And then I also don't want to have to ink on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, or New Year's Eve, which I have no problem inking on those days. The problem is I know that I might not be able to find time to. So I'm planning ahead, and I think I thought of another day that might be hard to make something happen. But because there's a family Christmas party. So I might have to worry about that too. But actually that day, I'll bet I can squeeze in a page. So I'm not too worried about that. But if I can get... I only want to hold myself to the 80, the hitting page 80 by the end of the month, because it's like I don't know. I got to be a boss to myself and be working towards little mini goals as I go on. Otherwise, I get a little too relaxed about the project, and I kind of let stuff slide and slide and slide, and then it's like my laziness wins the day too often if I'm not being a little rigid with myself. So I kind of filled out my I just made a decision. I was like, I want to hit a page a day for the month of December. And that means I want to hit page 80. And I marked down every day in December. And it's like, I don't have to do the page on the day, but I want to land on that page by the end of the month. And then shortly after that, I realized, there's extra pages. There's days I won't be able to ink. I was like, well, that's what you said. Now you're going to hold yourself to it. So that's the plan still. And then it was like shortly after that, if you've been watching the show at all, you might know that I was on this weird sleep schedule for a week where I ended up sleeping through 2 days. Not sleeping through 2 days, but I wasn't able to ink pages for 2 days because my sleep was all messed up. So then I had to catch back up. And now I'm I'm caught up. I'm back to the page that I should be inking today. 65 is today's page normally. But if I do 2 pages today, I'll be 1 ahead, which is getting back to where I want to be. Like I said, I want to be 7 pages ahead of what I originally wrote in my book, my planner. Is any of this getting through to you? You keep nodding, but you're not saying anything. No, I'm just kidding. So, I got some interesting panels on the next couple pages. There's some less straightforward paneling I did today. Which is neat. The thing with the panels is like I was trying to keep keep it dynamic but not too distracting, I guess. Okay. So here's the trap worm. He's bellowing at Bonehead. What is this? That's what I want to know. Is that a tooth? Is that part of his mouth? I think that's just his mouth. I usually find, like, if I don't understand something in the drawing and I stray from it, I've found I usually figure it out after I stray from it. So I'm always like determined to figure out what I was thinking with like little details I don't understand in the pencils. Let's see, what are we doing here? This little mandible. Might change that up. Man, I'm jealous. My roommate's downstairs. He's watching the new Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I like Always Sunny. And I think there's 2 new episodes. And I think it's a pretty like event kind of episode because it's they go to Ireland this year. I've been to Ireland, but I think I'm just jealous. He was like, "Hey, you want to watch it?" I was like, "Ah, I can't. I gotta draw." I'll probably get it in at some point today. Oh, also the new South Park, the part 2 of the post-COVID thing drops today. He was just telling me. But this comes first. Goes back to what I was saying. I got to be my boss. There we go. Let's see, where does this tongue come from? So yeah, we're making a book. It's got these little bulbs on the side of his jaw. Got these little dongles hanging off of his chin. Yeah, look at that ghoul. Okay, and then it's got these little like exterior fang things. It's like lower mandibles. This one's covered in drool. He's like slobbering all over in this panel because he's roaring. Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh, to join. I'm just giving out the link again to some people. Oh. And I'm going to take this moment to hit the heat button on the tea kettle. Okay. It doesn't sound like Dude Man is watching the Always Sunny down there. Sounds like he's watching a horror movie. Maybe he's playing a video game now, but he was watching it a minute ago. So here's his throat. Here's the edge of his cheek. This is like I don't know what I'm doing here. It's like his underneath his tongue. His teeth, lower lip, more saliva here, dripping down his tooth. Oh. He's got these antennae. And then, let's see, I'm gonna beef this up a bit. Now this I have behind his mandible there. It shouldn't be though. It should be in front. This big should. Got some spit. You think this is bad? You should see the valve for his tuba. Yikes. You know what I mean? Thonk. Okay. Oh, so here's his other antenna. Okay. And then trying to figure out what these details are because they're so faint. Let me work on Bonehead for a minute here. When you're doing pencils, especially if you're doing them for somebody else, but even if you're doing them for yourself, it's in your best interest to be as clear as possible. You know, some pages, it's like I was just trying to just churn out the page, get it in the can. It's like, and this bookshelf is for future Ryan to worry about. And there have been pages where, like, I just, like, even on this stream so far, where I just left a whole bookshelf, a wall of a bookshelf, just blank with nothing on the shelves. And so at the inking stage, I had to ink all these, I had to make up all these books. It's not a kind thing for a penciler to do. I would never do that to somebody else. if I was penciling a book for somebody else. But yeah, this is a really, like, I don't think I was being vague or anything deliberately here. I think I see what's going on there, but I don't think it's correct. I think this is supposed to be like one of these O's on, on him, but actually I think that doesn't belong there. Because I think his first segment, where's the page with the trap one? I think his first segment doesn't have one. Yeah, see? So this segment attached to his head, I guess it is his head, that doesn't have an O. It starts on the next one, and then there's that. I think I was doing this segment right behind his head in this panel. But really, it should be that first segment. So, I'm going to take a pencil here. I'm just going to throw in some of these quills that this guy has. Yeah, and then I think this is like exoskeleton, and this is like meat, kind of exposed meat, bug meat. Give these a little drop shadow. I'll do one back there. Yeah. Throw some weight onto his snout here. And I'll beef this line up. guys. I'm liking this drawing. Nothing makes me happier than working on this book, especially when it looks like it's coming together for me, when it feels like it's coming together for me. Today's a good day. I'm going to beef this one up too. Okay. And then these choppers stand out a little. No. Yeah. Okay. And then let me just do all this spit. Like I said, this in the pencils, it goes behind this thing. But it should be in front of it. Get some extra spit flecks in here. I started to draw Bonehead, but I didn't finish. Oh. Let's see. Let's see, Bonehead. His shirt is down here. I have to hit that heat button again because it was a while ago. It's getting cool already, no doubt. My boiled water Probably isn't going to be so boiled by the time I'm ready for that cup of tea. I have Pretty Woman stuck in my head. Why is that? Did I just hear that? I think I just heard that in King of the Hill, if I'm not mistaken. I had King of the Hill on while I was paneling pages. Oh, you know what that reminds me? You know how I always go Mercy? I think that might be what I'm inadvertently referencing. Didn't he say that in that song? Mercy. I thought I was doing Elvis or Johnny Bravo. I mentioned that the other day. I always go Mercy. Probably got it from Pretty Woman. Oh, isn't there an ad? Is that a thing? Pretty Woman musical? I think that's what I'm thinking of. I think that's why it's in my head. Yeah, there's a Pretty Woman musical. And I think they were just doing that. I think I just heard that song on there. You win ad. Yes, is that I'm about to expose my ignorance probably. Is that Roy Orbison? Who is that? Yeah, it is. Roy Orbison. Man, 40 minutes, I'm still on panel 1. Do you believe this, Joker? Okay, and I need to take my white and do what? Are you Chinese or Japanese? He ain't Japanese. He's Laotian. Ain't you, Mr. Kane? Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see now. Let's see now. Okay, so got this door. I think I'm gonna do this background. I do want to set this stuff in the background, so I do want a thin line. So I'm gonna kind of try and control it a bit. I specifically want the background line to be thin here to set it apart from the characters for clarity. And here's another thing I'll do sometimes is leave a tiny little space between the background line and the character line. I don't always do that, but sometimes if it'll help one thing sit in front of another. Move this up a tad. And then he's got a shadow down here, I guess. I can stop using the pen now, though. Woo. Okay. So, go in this shadow. My brain took a hard left turn. Instead of Pretty Woman, I now have the Bare Naked Ladies song, Enid, stuck in my head. You know, I like Spotify. I've had it about as long as I've been doing. I think I got it the day before I started inking this book here on YouTube. So I've had Spotify since August, I guess. I like it, but I feel like when I use it, the shuffle isn't as great as I would like. Because it like every time I come back to it, it plays certain songs a lot more often than others. Enid by Bare Naked Ladies being one of them. Plays it all the dang time. I have more Bare Naked Ladies songs on my playlist. I mostly just listen to this giant playlist that I made on Spotify called The Good Stuff. It's like every good song I can think of, all in one place. Anytime I think of another one, I'll just throw it in there. Okay, and I think I'll just beef this up, even though it's in the background. There's that panel. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Ugh. I better go hit that heat button again. The button has been hit. The history eraser button. But what'll happen? Maybe something good. Maybe something bad. I guess we'll never know. You won't touch it, will you? Oh, that's the history eraser button. Okay, so Okay. So he goes to like eat Bonehead, but gets his teeth stuck in the ground. Oh man, I got a headache. Mr. Headaches. Mr. All the Time Headaches. Is what they call me. Looks kind of Funko Poppy, I'm realizing, with his eyes. My first drawings of the now this trap worm looks a good bit different than the. It's very much based on my original drawings of the trap worm, which was originally called a sandworm when I first drew him, like in Dune or Beetlejuice, which is why I changed it to trap worm. But it looks very like all the pieces are pretty much there. I just didn't know how to draw the original design. I liked the original design a bit more, but I just didn't know how to draw it in three-dimensional space. Like I didn't know how to turn its head or anything. So it's kind of an alternate design of the same thing. But I think it always had those Funko Poppy eyes. So when I first drew it, I think it predated Funko Pops. Let's see, when did Funko Pops come out? When did Funko Pops come out? 2010. The company's most successful line of pop vinyl figure officially debuted in 2010. Originally called Funko Force 2.0. Let's see, what were the 8 oldest Funko Pops ever made? I'm seeing Scrubs ones in this picture. I like Scrubs. Scrubs is one of my favorite shows. Kool-Aid Man. It says he was created in 2019. Yeah, the ones I was seeing there were, I only looked at the first 2, I guess, but they both said 2019. Which, that ain't right. I mean, that's not the oldest. But yeah, I don't think I heard about Funko Pops until at least 2015. Hey Funko, you want to do a line on Bonehead? Get in on the ground floor. I'm cheap. I'm a cheap date. Okay, so this is weird because I see his back teeth sticking in the ground here. And his lump. That doesn't seem like the right angle for that lump. And I'm gonna draw his cranium here. Ugh. Make this a little wilder. I don't know about wilder. It's not how I would describe this, but oh, mama. Let's see. Let's see, do I want, yeah, I want that behind this. I'm improvising a little here. Oh. Let's heat up. I'm going to grab that cup of tea. Line out this full tea bag. Hey, I've got an experiment I'm going to do real quick. Something I just thought of. Without talking about it too much, I'm just going to play a piece of music, okay? Just humor me. That's all I needed. I'm just gonna see if that's troublesome. And then there's supposed to be and he's coming down. I think I've used that piece of music before on this. Yeah, one of my Adam Carolla commercials that I used to do on this show. Hi, I'm Adam Carolla. If I were you, I'd buy a whole heapin' helping of Vermont teddy bears today. But I'm not you. I'm Adam Carolla. And shadow would be see something. I was just seeing what I am able to share. It just says videos or slides. I don't know what slides are necessarily. Is it just images? Let's see, what does that look like? And oh, Ryan, you so sloppy. Worm. Okay. Okay. And then this looks kind of gnarly. I don't know how I feel about this drawing. Looks like its head's made out of a waterbed. I don't like it. That's okay. With apologies to my good friend Kane, who designed this pin. I'm gonna take this off, but there is a link below to Kane's or Catechus Flinch's Twitch stream channel, where she does art streams and she does gaming streams. I wear this to kind of show off the thing that she put together for a Kickstarter a while back. She made this enamel pin, this Mothman enamel pin. I understand she's going to be putting together another one, a jackalope one. She just posted designs of it that she probably even drew on her art streams. So if you like supporting emerging artists and working class artists, and friends of my show, I encourage you to check out her art streams, and you might even be able to get that Mothman enamel pin somewhere still. I got it through the Kickstarter, but she might have them available elsewhere now. And I understand she is going to be dedicating more of her time to her emerging art business. So I am proud and excited for her. I wish her all the luck in the world. There we go. Sorry, I'm like dead silent. I'm just getting lost in thought. What am I thinking about? Oh, nothing interesting, really. I'm scalding hot though in here. I'm gonna take off this sweatshirt. Oh, mercy. There it is. Mercy. Mercy. I keep trying to do the Pretty Woman thing, and it just ends up being the riff from Whip It. Whip It Good. That Devo song. Wrap that whip. With the egg, make a cake. Fall back, company halt. I don't know, man. Crack that egg. So, comics. So I was never too into comics as a kid. I didn't read a whole lot. My roommate was a big comics guy. Still is. Like, he makes regular trips to the comic book store. My big thing was, so Invader Zim came out when I was in middle school, right? I really liked Invader Zim. And then one of my sister's friends told me that the guy who created Invader Zim had comics out called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. And before I even knew, I barely used the internet at that point. In fact, I think that was when we got our first home computer. Was 2001, and yeah, when I was 13, and we barely knew how to use the internet. I remember I would update this when we first got our computer. I remember for a long time I would open up this Word document, and I would just type nonsense into it, like that I thought was funny, and I would just keep adding to it. And I thought it was posting to the internet. I thought people would be able to see it. That's how, that's how unacquainted I was with the internet in 2001. But I remember eventually I would look up Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and I really didn't know. Like, I would see a few panels of it here and there. And there were like fan websites, and I didn't quite know what I was in for, but eventually I got the books. I remember going to a comic book store and being disappointed that they weren't there, but they were, like, they were, at least 5 years old by then, I want to say. I think he was making them in 92 to 97. Let's see. Johnny. let's see, 95 to 97. Okay. I could have sworn one of those covers said 94 on it. But yeah, I was a big fan of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. And then Squee, eventually I got the Squee's Great Big Wonderful Book. I got the Squee collection instead of issues. I never got the collection of Johnny books, but I had a friend who had, actually Kat Kane had the Johnny collection, and I remember reading her copy with all the extra material that's in there. And what else? My favorite thing was of Jonan Vasquez's was the I Feel Sick books. So there's two. His character Devi from Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. She's a recurring character in that book. She I think she only comes back. I don't remember exactly, but she's in there a couple times, and then she got her own like little spin-off book called I Feel Sick, and there's two. I think he was trying to do it in one book, but it ended up being longer than he expected, and it was two books. But that I really liked that. And then I was like always looking for comics after that I would like, but I didn't really find much for a long time. I'm trying to think of what I did have. I got Hellboy Jr. by Bill Ray, which was kind of just goofy stuff. I liked Mad Magazine. I used to get that in the 90s a lot. And the early 2000s. I would get them whenever I saw one with Bill Ray's art in it. Comics. Yeah, I was always a huge fan of Calvin Hobbes. See if I see anything else. But I mean, who wasn't into Calvin and Hobbes? If you didn't like Calvin and Hobbes, you weren't reading Calvin and Hobbes. That's all there is to it. That one, I got my first Calvin and Hobbes book when I was in 4th grade. From a Scholastic book fair. I still have it. It's falling apart. It was and it's one of my favorite collections that he's put out. It's all the Sunday strips. At least a good collection of the Sunday strips. It was the Lazy Sunday book. Let me see. See. Here they are. Okay. It is looking for it on Wikipedia. It's not Calvin and Hobbes Sunday pages. It's here it is. The Calvin and Hobbes Lazy Sunday Book, a collection of Sunday Calvin and Hobbes cartoons. And it's maybe it is. It says. Oh no. May 87 to July 1989, Sunday strips only. 10-page story, Spaceman Spiff, Interplanetary Explorer Extraordinaire, is at the beginning of that. There's like an exclusive Spaceman Spiff story at the beginning of the Lazy Sunday Book. And what's cool about that is it's colored all in watercolor rather than the typical Calvin and Hobbes colors. Yeah, that book is probably one of the oldest books I currently own that I've had the longest. It is falling apart. The back cover is long gone, and the last page is almost totally out of the book. I gotta replace that someday. I mean, I won't get rid of that one, but I gotta get me a fresh copy. Also, I bought my roommate once. I bought him the complete Calvin and Hobbes. I'd like to get a copy of that for myself. It sure is a lot cheaper these days than it used to be. Let me see. The complete Calvin and Hobbes. 70. You can get it for like $75. $70 even. I'm seeing it for less than 70 with free shipping. Bam! Oh, that's just one volume. I saw it for 43. But because it's a 3-volume hardbound book thing. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think when I first heard of it, I was still in high school, and it was $150. And me and my dad were like, "Well, we gotta get that. We never did." Because that was one me and my dad always bonded over, and he would always borrow my Lazy Sunday book. Yeah, for years that was the only Calvin and Hobbes collection I had, and I always loved it more than when I would come across other ones too, because they only had so many colored pages, and it was a bunch of black and white ones. And I liked the colored pages, but now I also have the 10th anniversary book, and the days are just packed. Let me peek in there, please. I remember I was trying to find it. Whoa, knocking stuff over. I could have sworn, but there was a And I must be confusing it with a Doug Maple book. But I could have sworn there was a page in one of these Calvin and Hobbes collections that I have where it showed all of Watterson's tools. It was like a photograph of all his tools. And it just kind of explained it. Or like how he used them or what he used them for. Let me see here. I'm wondering if it's one of my special Doug Maple books. It wouldn't be this black and white book. It's Earthworm Jim black and white book, because the photograph I remember was definitely in color. I've got this book where everything's in black and white, and it's a big celebration of his black and white ink art. Let's see, I'll bet it's in this Earthworm Jim making of book. Let's take a look at some art. Some real art. This is by Mike Kelch, the guy who... that's a cool one. I don't remember seeing that one. The guy who did all the Earthworm Jim box art and everything. These are the guys that worked on the game, the original game. Might be in Making of Bigfoot Bill too, also, or rather than this one. Making of the comic here. Might be in this section. Okay, so I don't think it's this book. Making a Bigfoot Bill. This is rare. This is one of the rare things. He actually didn't get enough of these printed when he did his campaign. He messed up the numbers and didn't get enough made. So he rolled a lot of this material into the second printing of Bigfoot Bill 1. Yeah, I think he had to give a lot of refunds out because some people that backed for him to get this weren't able to get it, unfortunately. I was really worried that I wouldn't get it. I lucked out. I don't know where maybe in volume 2 of his sketchbook archives. And I know it had to be Doug Maple or Bill Watterson because I remember there's a specific mechanical pencil that was being used, and there was a specific the same brush that I used, the Winsor Newton Series 7 Klinsky Sable brush. And the two people I know that use that, Doug TeNapel, Bill Watterson. Doug TeNapel uses it because Bill Watterson uses it. Now this is all black and white too. I thought there were color pages in here. Now these are collections of his sketchbooks and some of his comic art, and there's a hardbound leather book. Doug makes great books. I will back any book he puts out. Well, I don't know what I'm thinking of, but I gotta get back to drawing, don't I? Okay. Let's finish this page. We got work to do. This is too heavy for this part. I'll wait till some ink comes off the brush. Well, I made my face on the camera. Everybody take a shot of your finest adult beverage. You two kids, drink up. Don't look at me like that. Wreck your life. Go ahead, wreck your life. That might be good. Who can say what's wrong or right? Nobody can. Follow you, cupping face to the window. In darkness you make out a spiraling shape. Putting all reason aside, you exchange what you got for a thing that's hypnotic and strange. In case you guys forgot, I'm a psychotic. They might be giants and nut. When I was in high school, I once spent $400 on a demo tape. In fact, it made the headline. It made the headline of the very popular They Might Be Giants wiki at the time. I never said anything about it. But I remember in the discussion, there were people going like, okay, who bought it? Who was it that bought it? It was me. I bought it. And then I found a torrent of it shortly after, because I could not find any download of it anywhere for years. And so I bought that off eBay for $400. Then I found a torrent of it like shortly after. But my tape was slightly different than the normal edition of the demo tape. Then, a handful of years later, I started seeing them post about how there were like different versions of that demo tape turning up. That there were some like different, like it was the same track listing, but different editions of certain songs would be on some of them. And I got one of those rarer versions because there was a more widely circulated. Oh gosh, I sound like such a dork. Anyway, I'm one of the biggest They Might Be Giants nerds you'll ever meet. And I say that with confidence. I mean, not confidence in myself, but just confidence in that fact. Because how could I have confidence in myself when I'm that big of a nerd? No. Let's see. So yeah, if you ever want to know something about They Might Be Giants, you just ask me. I could probably pull an answer off the top of my head. You might be able to stump me, but I would know exactly where to look for the answer, usually. I could pull it up fairly quickly if I don't know the answer. Probably one of the most obscure They Might Be Giants questions, whatever it might be. Okay. Now, if Bonehead was smart, wouldn't he just go back out the door that he came in? Well, he's kind of chased away from the door, I guess. I think I tried to draw it with that in mind. Oh, my aching head. Why all the time the headaches? You know what I'm really looking forward to? This silhouette panel. I am so tired of drawing pictures. And the next page that I'm doing today, I'll do it on a separate stream. I'll take a break and then I'm not going to take a 4-hour nap though, I'll tell you that. But I'll take a quick break. And I forgot what I was saying. But the next page, it's got like it's got a lot of panels. The next page. So they're smaller pictures at least, I guess. This might be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 panels. This is what's coming up. A lot of sound effects on this one. Don't spend the rest of your life wandering. Let's see. Okay. And then what next? Let's draw Bonehead down here. So I think that's the whole worm that I did. Yeah. Bonehead's booking. Sorry. taking a peek at an email. You know what I haven't done in a bit that I keep meaning to get back on to is reading. Jiminy. I have like one chapter, and the chapters in Screw Tape Letters are like 2 pages long. I have one chapter left in the Screw Tape Letters by C.S. Lewis, which I was really enjoying. But it's taken me like 3 years to read it. It's this thick too, so there's no good reason. It's just because I'm always sinking my time into this, and then I forget. You know what? Was I all my reading, the stuff that I'm trying to read, it's all sitting over there. I'm just gonna leave it on my desk here. Then I will remember. That's what I'll do. Because I want to read Flatland. I want to reread Flatland. What else am I trying to read? The Time Machine Did It by John Swartzwelder, the Simpsons writer. And I've got what do you call it? Lord of the Flies. I bought that a while back, like maybe a couple years ago, and I haven't been able to read it. I never read that book in school. I think a lot of my friends got to read it, but we didn't. My class never read it. Okay. He's booking. I need to get some other forms of entertainment in my life because I'm watching too much TV. Let's pull this out a little. What am I looking at here? What is this? I'm wondering why all these specific lines. What is that? Hmm? Trap worm. Food. Hmm. He's got some of these quills back here. I forgot. Oh, my aching head. I need something for my headache. It's like the second bad headache I've had this week. Okay. I didn't realize I had my arm all up on the page. Over here, this is supposed to be a chain. I'll put my face on the camera, take a shot. While they were staring at the sit-go sign is when they lost our trail. They thought we were part of a caravan, but we had other plans. You can't catch me where I'm gonna fall. You can't catch me where I'll hide. This world's too cold. The snow borrows. I'm moving to the sun. See, all these garage doors are different things. Like, I don't explore. I don't think I explain too much about the trap worm in the story. I might add more to just kind of explain what it is. But so this is an offspring terrarium, I think is what it is supposed to say underneath his claw. So the idea that I don't think I explain in the book so as it is so far, is that this is where they keep a giant trap worm in the poison factory, which they keep for its offspring. They breed it and use its offspring to test poisons on. Man, my headache's so bad. It was like going away a while ago, and it's just not now. Okay. Cool. I think I don't know why I singled this spot out for. It's kind of like hatching or whatever. I think I'm going to do it across the whole floor. Which I don't really feel like doing right now. I feel like wrapping this page up. In bubble wrap and launching into a cannon and firing into the sun. Okay, that's dramatic. I don't really feel that way. I do need to get out of this room, go into my car, and get some more of that ibuprofen. I gotta get some of that into my house. Why don't I have any ibuprofen in my house? You know what? I keep seeing this thing on Facebook where they're like, if you were doing what you wanted to do as a child, what would you be doing? You know what I would say? Making cartoons. Look, here I am. Making cartoons. Isn't that lovely? This is the dream, man. Boy, I wish I didn't start this, though. La la la. Man, this is a 3-hour page. Isn't it? See? It's like a big old can of worms I opened up. No pun intended, but Jiminy Junkers over here. And I want to do 2 more pages today. It's 4 o'clock. I hope I have time to do 2 more pages. Good heavens, Mr. Miyamoto. Is that what he said? My head's just pounding. I don't even know if there's any technique going into what I'm doing. Uh, Damn it, Glick. My head is just killing me to death. It's a pretty evolved silhouette panel. He's freeing himself from being stuck in the ground. Oh, criminy, my brain is just boiling. It's okay. I'll survive. Okay. Oh, Jasper Johns. What am I gonna do? Oh. The universe does not want me to draw. The universe is trying to trick me into curling up in a ball and doing something else. Nothing. The universe won't be happy until I've given up. I don't take my orders from the universe. Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? It's like, what's going to make my headache even worse? Just screaming and stuff like that. I should see what I can do to make my head explode. That'll put me out of my misery. You guys like my my Jim Carrey impression there? I was a big Jim Carrey fan when I was a kid. You know, that one year where he put out his three biggest movies, the three biggest movies of his career. That seems so weird to me that those three movies all came out in the same year. It was Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Liar. No, I know it wasn't that. Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Ace Ventura 2. No. Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Earth Girls Are Easy. No. Let's see. Let's take a look. James Eugene Carey. Oh, Dumb and Dumber. So 94, 95, and 97. There's this big window. But In Living Color was also big in our house. My dad was a big fan of In Living Color, and so were we as his kids. By the Wayans brothers. Oh man, that was a good show. I remember years ago I bought my dad the first 2 seasons of In Living Color on DVD. So that was the Wayans brothers, Tommy Davidson, David Allen Greer, Jim Carrey. Who else? Those are the big names on the show. At least the ones I remember off the top of my head. Oh, dag nabbit. This brain of mine. I'm gonna go blind. I need to finish this page. Post haste. I'm sitting here talking about Jim Carrey's career. Googling Jim Carrey's career. My brain's about to have a heart attack. We're gonna slit your butts' throats. That's from Community. Good heavens. I always forget the more black in a panel, even if it's something simple, it always seems to take forever. Like even if this was a simple silhouette. Jesus. Nobody. She blinded me with science. Blinded me with science. Blinded me with silence. I don't blame you. Ooh, stuck my hand in the ink. You guys made me ink. What you don't want to do is drag that ink all the way across the page. Let it breathe and lift your hand straight up. Sitting like a cowboy. You there yet? Almost. Ooh. Okay. I think we're there. I think we're there. I am going to call it there. I still don't know what's going on here. Yeah, that's nothing I can think of. I gotta go get some ibuprofen in me. This page, for all I care right now, is done. So I'm gonna go put a bullet in my brain or something. No, no, no. I mean medicine. I'm going to put medicine in my brain. Okay, I gotta get out of here. Be good to your mother. Don't be good to your father. After what he did? No, well,